This weekend I'm fitting a tilting fridge slide from the guys at OCAM 4x4 to the back of my 120 series Prado. For about 18 months now I've been running the King 60 litre fridge. It's pretty good value for the money, but it is really tall. You can't open the lid inside here very much, it's just enough to grab something out, but you can't really see what's in there. These drawers do have a fridge slide on the top of it, but when you slide it forward, it creates a hole at the back and things fall down inside the drawer, and then it jams when you go to push it back. And it also doesn't tilt, so it really doesn't gain you anything with the height of it. I think I'm like 5'9", 5'10", 174 centimeters, whatever that is. My wife's about 5 foot tall, and this thing's got a 2-inch lift with airbags in the back, so it sits a little higher, and it's just a pain in the butt. You gotta like kneel up on the back step or stand on the tow bar to try and get inside of it. So hoping the tilt slide will bring it out and down and make it a lot more user-friendly. This thing's pretty solid. $3mm thick powder-coated steel, about 12 kilos. It's a little bit weighty, but I guess you want it to be solid. And if it adds the functionality that I need, makes it easy to use, then all good. This one is the middle size in their range. It's 750mm long, 470 wide, and a 30mm high lip. And by my measurements, hopefully that fits the bottom of the King 60 litre fridge. They do a bigger one and a smaller one as well. There is 3 pre-drilled, probably 10 or 12mm holes across here for bolts, but yeah, it's not going to work if you're going to fit it into some sort of custom area. So I'm going to drill, hopefully, straight through the center of the flat bar where the 2 fridge tie-down points were, because they're metal and they're screwed into the lid. The rest of this is just timber. So hopefully I can drill all the way through there, through the center of that, and just put a bolt through the center of each one. Let's give it a crack. There we go. So that's one hole. I'll use a loose bolt there to keep it located. Try and get this aligned. Righto, we'll go straight down through the other one. To access the front mounts down here, you need to take the top slide out. All you need is a 3mm Allen key and a 10mm spinner, and you just take these little guide rollers out of each side and it should come straight out. I reckon the trick will be to try and drill through the front mount plate and go straight into these holes here. So let's take them out and see if we can transfer some marks onto the plate so I know where to drill. These are a 4mm Allen key. To mark the holes pretty accurately through the bottom where the threads are into the mounting plate, you could use like a pick or something sharp to scratch on it. You could probably put the right size screwdriver through and try and mark it with that. I've got one of these spring-loaded center punches. You could try and do that, but if you've got a lot of tools like myself, I bought this for one job, and now I'm pretty satisfied that it's going to be for 2 jobs. You'd use a right angle drill. That's a 4mm drill. It's a 6mm bolt, I think. So hopefully this sits inside the thread and can just mark it or even drill through without touching the threads too badly. I'll start on the side that's hard up against the other drawer. Should be 2 marks on that side. Rightio, hopefully we can pull that out, whack some holes through it. That'll do, those marks transferred on really neatly using the drill. Now we need a 6mm hole. These Milwaukee shockwave drills seem like a bit of a gimmick. They've got this weird tip on it. It's like a quad tip thing, like a center point, and then 4 cutting edges at little steps. They're pretty good so far. And they've also got the quick change bit on the back. That's not bad, no pilot hole or anything. It's only mild steel, but still pretty good. Okay, let's throw this back in and see how much longer the bolts need to be. So we're going to try going from a 20mm to a 40mm. Got the back bolt sitting in there loosely, so hopefully we can get these lined up. Right, the front ones are in there tight. Now I need to try and get these back ones in. These are a 10mm bolt. I'm just using a flat washer on either side, plus a spring washer and a nylock nut. I think the easiest way to do this one is to slide the fridge slide that is on the top of the drawer, not the tilt slide, the one that's built into the drawer. Slide that forward a little bit so you can get the hand in the back here. And then she's pretty easy. Flat washer, spring washer, and nylock nut. It's always good to keep any spare bolts you get when you get four-wheel drive parts. I think these might be off a roof rack or an awning or shovel mount or something. I think they were like a spare size. They're perfect for doing other four-wheel drive mods. This one should be a 17mm socket and 17mm spanner. Not doing them up all that tight, just doing it up till it tension's up, and that'll do. Righto, that's all done. Tray is bolted back in. To bolt those roller guides in, it's pretty hard to get down between that side of the fridge slide and that drawer, because I've got 3 drawers. Pretty cool little trick I learned recently. To position the nut down in that little slot, sometimes you could use like a little pickup magnet, but if you're using stainless or alloy, it's obviously not magnetic. You get your nut and you get a little zip tie. Make a loop in your zip tie, and then put your nut, put the nut inside that and clamp it down. And then now you've got a little dangly nut positioner thing. Hold that down in there, screw the screw in, done. It's pretty solid, this thing, like it weighs 12 kilos, so I think it's like 3 or 4mm sheet metal. It's meant to be rated to 150 kilos. I'm not gonna try that, but it feels about right. Righto, we throw the fridge back in. These are only just long enough, couple of these Parker straps, NZ straps, whichever brand you get. It's got a dedicated slot for the tie down to go through at the front and 2 at the back. Righto, let's give it a test run. Latches, slides out, and drop. That is awesome. This is about my head height, so even now I can see all the way to the bottom of the fridge and even into this other cheese bit up the top there, whatever you call that. Sorted, perfect solution for what I was looking for. Obviously this video just covers my initial observations and a demo of an install. You could install it a bit differently if you didn't have the 3rd drawer, so you probably wouldn't have to worry about being over the side here. This does now block off that little hatch in there, but not a big deal. If you were installing it on any of these drawer systems that do have these tie downs in the top here, I'd still definitely be going through those for strength. I'm keen to not get a few trips with this. I'll probably come back again in another 3 months maybe, after a few trips, and give my follow-up thoughts on how it's going after that. Like I said, they do 3 different sizes. This is the medium one, there's a smaller and a larger one. I'll throw the link below to OCAM 4x4. Go check them out, see if it's for you. If you like the video on this one, you'll probably like the video that I did previously on their roof rack. Good budget aluminium roof rack that's fared really well for the last probably almost 2 years, I think now, with solar panels, 270 awning, recovery tracks and everything bolted to it, so no drama. I think it's about 600 something bucks. I'll put that video up here somewhere, and I'll probably throw a playlist here somewhere too. If you like builds, you'll probably like the huge toy hauler build I'm getting towards the end of now. I'll throw the playlist down here so you can check that out. If you've got any questions on this one, hit me up in the comments. Happy to help out. Other than that, see you in the next one. This weekend I'm fitting the King, no. This weekend I'm fitting, f***'s sake. This weekend I'm, no. This weekend I'm fitting, no. This weekend I'm fitting a, no. F*** me dead. Oh, why? By 470 wide, by 30mm. This one's a middle size in there, bro. This one's a middle size. That's gonna be a noise. This one's a middle size. To mark the holes pretty accurately on the underneath of this mounting bar, you could use something like a, to mark the holes pretty accurately under. If you've got any questions on this one,